On the next Inside the Actors Studio, Michael Douglas weighs in on fame.
Don't go to L.A.
Fans.
Yeah, you're the man. Reed is good.
And his famous dad.
Kirk.
Michael Douglas on the Emmy-nominated Inside the Actors Studio, hosted by James Lipton, Sunday night at 8, only on Bravo.
Come on, Copacabana.
There are very few people that just make a room laugh, you know, and she can do that right away.
Lisa's moves, her really funny moves, are very quiet and subtle.
What, you think he likes me?
She's just amazing. She's so, first of all, she's so smart. She just brings so much to this character. She's so interesting to watch.
And now, Bravo profiles Lisa Kudrow.
Okay, just breathe. Breathe, that's it. Just try to think of nice, calm things.
Raindrops on roses and doorbells and sleigh bells and something with mittens. La la la, something and noodles with string. I'm all better now. I helped.
Lisa Kudrow is funny.
She could just say something with a different tone of voice, and it's funny. I don't know how she does it. I don't have that kind of skill. She's amazing.
5 cameras.
And she knows how to make people laugh.
But that is so cool.
You know, a lot of the things that Phoebe does that are really funny are these quick little subtle takes that are very trademark Lisa. And she had a lot of that from day one.
There's something about surprise in comedy, that, you know, that twist, that moment, that look that you can throw into anything that'll make something funny.
Following in a long line of comedic actresses, Lisa is regarded as one of today's leading talents.
There are moments in working with Lisa where you see all the great comedians throughout film history sort of in front of you. You know, there are moments where I see the best qualities of Goldie Hawn or Gracie Allen in her.
In the entertainment world, where money is synonymous with power, Lisa Kudrow has arrived. Commanding almost $1 million an episode on the hit TV series Friends, she's one of the highest-paid actors in television history. She's also one of the few who've successfully made the leap from the small screen to the big, appearing in major studio releases and independent films.
Are you a lesbian? No, you are all assholes. Jennifer Oakes, is that you?
Hi, Mr. Lurie. Any comment on the charges against William Truitt?
And I wrote you a letter of recommendation.
Although her signature character is a ditzy blonde, this Vassar-educated former pre-med student is anything but. She's a keen observer of others, often incorporating their traits and mannerisms into the parts that she plays.
She's so good at communicating and getting her point across. And I don't know, she just can read people. She's so smart. I think that really helps with her being able to do a character as well as she can.
She's a person who can bring those nuances of people into her own work. And that's what makes her interesting. Because she, you know, she's not big with the stuff. She just finds quirks about people.
Dustin Hoffman and Tootsie, that's something that always keeps me going and I can watch over and over again. And, you know, John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, just becoming another person and not, you know, winking or commenting on it and just being that other guy.
I think she's a wonderful, wonderful actress, and not just a lead actress, and not just a comedic actress, but a really, 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 really strong actor.
Phoebe, to me, is, well, especially starting off the series, you know, to someone who is so pie-eyed And what was so funny to me about her was just that so many horrible, horrible things happened to her, and, you know, her attitude was always, oh, that's all right.
Lisa had a similar outlook when she auditioned for the role of Phoebe Buffay.
People would come in and read a monologue. It was a monologue that people came in and read to audition for the part of Phoebe. And
probably before Lisa came in, we had seen at least a couple hundred people, yeah.
They looked better for the part, and, you know, and I would just go, oh, she's great. Oh, she's great, too. Wow. All right, great. I'm in good company. Because I refuse to just have that, oh, I'll never get it.
she nailed it. I mean, she came in and that was it. That was exactly what it was.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
What's wonderful about her is that it was not only funny, which we were hoping it would be, but also it had a kind of depth and truth, because it's this monologue about how it's from the pilot, just about her awful past.
I remember when I first came to this city, I was 14. My mom had just killed herself and my stepdad was back in prison. And I got here and I didn't know anybody. And I ended up living with this albino guy who was like cleaning windshields outside Port Authority. And then he killed himself. And then I found aromatherapy. So believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
She delivered it with such sense of just ease and lightness and
optimism,
and so there was a dimension to it that we hadn't imagined when we written it.
Originally, the part of Phoebe was meant to be secondary, and then Lisa came in.
I can imagine they probably said, "Thank you, that was very nice." She walked slowly out the door, she closed it, and they jumped up and down.
Yeah.
They must have.
No, I never thought I nailed it. I didn't care a lot, to be honest, because I had a recurring role on Mad About You.
Hi. Hi. Oh, look at you. What? You look different.
Well, I had a baby. Last time you saw me, I was pregnant.
No, that's not it.
I bet it is.
No, no.
Okay.
New haircut?
No.
You got your braces off.
You know what? That's exactly right. Yes, I did.
Yeah. And you sold your hat.
Yes.
Just as well.
Lisa said something to me that was so smart. She said she felt it was her job to show the writers what they could do with her.
And that's what she did. The role on Mad About You was originally meant as a one-time appearance, but it was expanded after the show's producers saw Lisa in action.
Yeah, you happy with the job they do with your clothes there?
Oh, yeah. 14th Street Cleaners is great. Al Pacino has an autographed picture in there. You know, Paul makes movies. You're kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
That's so funny. I work at a bank.
She's definitely not Phoebe.
I'd say she's the opposite of Phoebe. Lisa's introspective, she's quiet, she's not shy, but she's sophisticated and reserved.
If I don't have to, I usually don't speak.
Sometimes reserve puts people off because they don't know what you're thinking.
Lisa's not eccentric. Well, she's not eccentric like, I mean, she
like
is
Phoebe.
Not like Phoebe. I mean, you know, she doesn't dress anything like Phoebe. I mean, you wouldn't put half those colors on Lisa Kudrow and find her, I mean, no doubt she doesn't,
Would walk out of the house.
I don't even know if she has her ears pierced. But yeah, Lisa definitely is like Phoebe as far as her sense of humor. I mean, she
And her
laughs
quirks.
a lot. And her, yeah.
Yeah, nothing quite better, nothing really at all better than Lisa Kudrow's laugh.
Doesn't bother me at all if people confuse me with Phoebe. That's good, you know, that means they buy what I'm doing. So that's okay.
She's so good at doing Phoebe, you wonder sometimes do people know how smart she is? Do people know that she's intimidatingly smart and really fast, and she was always that way?
Lisa's quick wit and ease of timing give her an edge.
Sometimes it's fun to just improvise a little bit, you know, just to shake it up and give him something new.
Oh, good. Well, I'll bring them by your place tomorrow morning, okay? Oh, and by the way, they're not actually puppies. They're Frank and Alice's triplets. Okay, see you. Bye.
Whoa, what?
Normally an actor takes on a role, and if they're doing a movie, it'll be a couple of months. But here, you're talking about playing the same character for, well, we're doing it for 7 years now. And to be able to do that and still make it feel fresh and real, I think so often you see actors in sitcoms, and they've been doing it for a long time, and it starts to feel repetitive and stale, and you don't see that with her.
Yeah, I always thought I could do better. I always thought that, I could be listening better, that I could, you know, assimilate the words better, have them just come through me instead of reciting lines.
And background and action.
Sometimes she'll work on a scene, she'll get frustrated at a point, and she will be too hard. She's her worst critic. I don't think she sees as clearly what it is that she's bringing to the table, which is, hell, that's fine. Let her not know.
I think he deserves a Nobel Prize.
One thing I learned, the benefit of being on a TV show, if you bother to watch them, because, you don't always, but is that you realize that when you're in a bad mood or feeling not great about yourself and you watch yourself, you hate everything you do. And I could watch the same show, the same episode, the same scene a night later when I'm in a better mood and think, oh, that was great. What was my problem? So I've also learned not to fully trust. Well, I guess I shouldn't trust when I think it's great either.
When we return, Lisa hadn't planned to become an actress. Medicine called to her first, until a detour took her in another direction.
On the next Inside the Actors Studio, Michael Douglas weighs in on fame.
Don't go to L.A.
Fans.
Yeah, you're the man. Greed is good.
And his famous dad,
Kirk.
Michael Douglas on the Emmy-nominated Inside the Actors Studio, hosted by James Lipton, Sunday night at 8, only on Bravo. No one knows actors like Bravo.
Security, I think, is not always a given, which may have been something that we took for granted in the past.
To ultimately be the victor in the war against terrorism, we need all Americans to be engaged, down to the point where we ask mothers and fathers to think about doing some simple things at home to protect themselves and protect their children.
No terror that's even greater, not knowing if your children are safe, if your family's safe. Doesn't come worse than that.
People and your children understand that there is a plan.
Having these plans in place is just sort of common sense.
Establish like a communication plan, how to get in touch with each other.
You'll have a radio, you'll have a flashlight, you'll have batteries.
Make sure you have enough water and food.
Have your basic essentials that you would need in everyday life.
You will have done something to prepare. You were in control. You had a choice. We're asking America to be ready.
People will pull together, and people will make it through this.
Tuesday on an all-new Boy Meets Boy, 6 guys left, 6 romantic dates, no more Mr. Nice Guys. The competition is officially on. And everything will change when their secret is revealed.
One of them is straight.
All new Boy Meets Boy, Tuesday at 9, followed by Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, only on Bravo.
Tuesday. Breathe! On an all-new Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, the Fab Five take the law into their own hands.
Stop! That's a fashion violation! Don't move!
It's justice. Color-coordinated, fashion-conscious justice.
This is so embarrassing.
All-new Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Tuesday at 10, only on Bravo.
They are the voices of a generation, and Bravo is toasting them with a pop culture festival. First, celebrate the music of La Bamba and Selena. Then visit the studio that invented the sitcom, Desilu, and go inside the Actors Studio with The Simpsons. The Pop Culture Festival begins Friday at 8, only on Bravo.
Buy a brand new Nissan for only $99 a month? Yes! Foothill Nissan in La Crescenta announces a deep discount summer sale with new Nissan Sentras for only $99 a month with 0 down. Everyone gets approved at Foothill Nissan. New Nissan Altimas, $179 a month, 0 down. And if we can't get you financed, we'll give you $1,000. Everyone gets approved at Foothill Nissan. Call 213-687-7000. New Nissans, 0 down, $99 a month. Only during the deep discount summer sale at Foothill Nissan in La Crescenta.
When you can control your rheumatoid arthritis, everyday achievements feel extraordinary.
Normally, making Tuesday night's dinner wouldn't be a special occasion.
Normally, putting in a full 8 hours wouldn't feel so liberating.
They can control the symptoms of RA, reduce fatigue, and help keep the disease from progressing. Rheumatoid arthritis is a serious disease that can progress quickly. Call now for free information about your treatment options that you can discuss with your doctor.
There's Lisa.
Yep, that's her.
1970, 1971.
Yep.
With her little buck teeth.
Yep. There she is.
She looked like a swordfish.
And she was finished. She did not. She was beautiful. And she finished wearing braces at 10. At age 10, she was all finished. Teeth were all straight, and that was it. What are you laughing at?
I loved her.
Are you laughing at my little girl?
Buck teeth. I loved it to pieces.
Yeah. I know.
Look at that face.
I'm the oldest, and my brother is 2 years younger than I am, and Lisa is 6 years younger than he is. So there are 8 years between Lisa and me.
We played together all the time. You know, she played with my friends and I. We had fun. We had a very close relationship, and it was, I have only good memories.
The Kudrows lived in the San Fernando Valley near Los Angeles. Growing up in Tarzana technically made Lisa a valley girl, which may or may not have influenced the speech patterns of some of the characters she would later play.
Oh my God.
While still in nursery school, Lisa began to show an uncanny ability to mimic and improvise.
Her first act, I think, was she memorized Alice in Wonderland. And she knew it verbatim. It was probably a 90-minute tape or record that she memorized and would perform.
Lisa's mother, Nedra, was a stay-at-home mom. Her father was a medical doctor.
I was blessed with these parents. I was blessed with a mother who let me alone. You know, for better or worse. It's not like she would never get on the floor and play games with me and like some of my other friends' parents would. So I had to invent my own games, thank God, and invent people to play with. Thank God.
She had a cat, and her cat was named Mr. Kudrow. And her cat was her best friend, I think. And she would spend hours and hours playing with the cat, talking to the cat. You know, they went to dances and they went to balls together. You know, she had these long conversations with her, you know, a long relationship with her cat.
There were no set rules in the house or anything like that. Everything was done as it happened. You know, then you would just deal with what you would have to deal with, that's all.
We never went anywhere. We never had family outings. They just allowed us to be. And it was just a comfortable environment. And if, you know, you felt like talking to one of them, they would talk. And not just with us, but with our friends.
Her family had the best junk food.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean,
they all had sweet treats.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just...
Her dad loves Hershey bars, so there was always a box of Hershey bars, M&Ms, chips, whatever you wanted.
But she'd have to bake the M&Ms.
Yes, in the toaster oven.
You know, I'd become pretty acquainted with the toaster oven for other things, and I just tried it.
I remember one time I was talking to Lisa on the phone, and she said, well, you should stop by my apartment because I'm making a dessert. And I thought, oh, great, okay, I'll be by. So I head over to her apartment, and I'm imagining that she's making a bundt cake or that she's made, you know, eclairs and she's filling them with cream or something. And I get over there, and she goes, it's all done, and she takes it out of the oven. And it's a bunch of M&Ms that she put on a cookie sheet and just put them in the oven, and it's, I mean, it looks like a car accident or something.
Lisa was a serious and studious teenager, concerned more with good grades than dating. A self-described good girl, she never misbehaved. Even her parents encouraged her to loosen up a little.
When her girlfriends were skipping school.
In junior high school, for summer school, I was appalled that my friends were going to ditch that day.
Lisa came home and said, I can't understand how they do things like that. And our first impulse was to say, and I think we did say it,
He said, well, go with them to the beach. What is wrong? It's summer school. What is wrong with you?
you know, I mean, enjoy it, especially today. It's a beautiful, you know, sunny day. Here you are complaining about your girlfriend. You know, relax.
And then some kids start smoking, and oh, it was, to me, that was too much chaos.
She didn't want to do anything that would hurt her chances of getting into a good school.
She had gone to a program at Cornell between 11th and 12th grade, and she really was quite impressed with the students from the East Coast. She felt there was a big difference in them as opposed to the ones here in California, and she wanted to go to school in the East.
Lisa decided that a move from the Valley to Vassar was a good choice. She could pursue her interest in science there and be academically challenged.
She really was very serious about, you know, biology and chemistry and being pre-med.
Lisa thought she'd be a doctor or medical researcher like her father, a renowned headache specialist. She had worked with him on scientific papers as part of that plan.
Vassar has a huge theater program. I mean, it's known, and it's, you know, right next to New York City. But she was never, I don't think that she ever partook in any of that.
For some reason, my only goal was, you know, my children. And my children will be proud of a mother who is a doctor.
Lisa graduated from Vassar with a degree in biology in 1985. Acting was the furthest thing from her mind until her brother's best friend, John Lovitz, landed the job of a lifetime.
I always saw him wanting to be an actor and struggling and not working and, you know, oh, it's hopeless. You see, it's hopeless. And then he gets Saturday Night Live. And he had started working a little bit before that, and I just thought, well, so it's possible. I mean, it's really possible. And I don't know, from that moment on, I just said, I have to. I just have to.
She said, would you be very disappointed if I told you I wanted to be an actress? And I said, no. I think it's wonderful. You've been to college, you have your degree, you're young, go for it.
I asked her parents, I go, well, so what did you say when she said she didn't want to be a doctor, she wanted to be an actress? Were you disappointed? And her dad said, God, no. I said, he said to her, thank God. I said, you did? He goes, yes, of course. He goes, what kind of a profession is that for a girl, you know? Be a doctor.
To me, it's almost mystical how I made that change, I think, within a couple days of, no, I'm going to pursue acting.
John recommended that Lisa train where he did, the Groundlings, a comedy troupe which also taught the art of improvisation. At the age of 22, Lisa got started in a beginner's class where she learned stage and performance skills. She also found a friend for life in Conan O'Brien.
And it turns out we had some things in common. His mother had gone to Vassar, he went to Harvard, and he wasn't just an actor.
So we started talking. We became friends, I think, almost immediately, almost that first class. I think we had to throw an invisible ball to each other, back and forth. And that's how we connected, because she throws a mean, invisible ball.
And I thought, okay, so these are people I can hang out with.
I would have the invisible ball, and I would say, Lisa, catch, and I would throw it, and she would grab it and go, thanks, Conan, now you catch, and she would toss it to me.
I decided that he knew what was funny, and he didn't think women were that funny, but he thought I was funny, so whew, I was okay as long as I was, you know, with Conan, hanging out.
When we return, Lisa gets fired from a major sitcom and makes the jump to the big screen.
They have the dream. They have the drive.
It's as if like you're squeezing your boobies out, and it's going to be going out to that audience.
Pushing it right up there.
Yeah.
They just have no idea how bad they really are.
In honor of our visit, your visit to our town.
What it means is we may be going to Broadway.
The television premiere of Waiting for Guffman, Thursday at 8 on Bravo.
It takes a lot to know what is love.
All right, don't hold back now. Give me all you got.
Maybe baseball is your game.
Hey, pal, put it in right here.
You were always there for me.
How about golf? Okay, choke down a little bit. Straight.
Always to succeed. Wanna thank you for that time, and I'm proud to say you're mine. You showed me everything that I should know. You showed me just how to walk without your hands. 'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect fan.
Appreciation. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
At a time when our world is asking more of our children, maybe we should give them more time to discover their own world. What choices do they make? Who do they pretend to be? To a child, playtime is a rehearsal for the real life they will one day inherit from us. How will they handle the challenges? What will they draw on for guidance? Imagination. It may be the most precious of natural resources. Encourage the development of curiosity. Nurture the inquisitive child. Love that part of your child that longs to daydream. Don't underestimate the power of play.
Lisa drew from her own life experiences to create improv characters. Her natural ability to mimic others was evident.
Well, all right, this is physiological psychology, and I'm going to be teaching it to you this semester.
She had this character that was just very unlike any character that anybody else had done.
Of course, my name's Hilary Mandel. I'm a neuropsychophysiologist. Well, I dabble in neuropsychopharmacology. I want you to know it was one of my favorite classes to teach. You should also know that all questions are welcome. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Except, of course, last year someone asked, well, what is deoxyribonucleic acid? I almost fell off my chair.
I never saw any fear on stage or improvising or anything.
I think you're right. I think
Well, I'm
you're
saying-
not scared.
I don't know.
you're not
I'm
scared.
saying what I saw. I don't know.
I
you
think
know.
she's got a normal amount of. I think she's terrified, but it's so focused.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she's just so focused
You
that you
know,
don't notice it.
You don't, as an audience, you're not worried about Lisa.
I was pretty undaunted, and I don't know where that came from either, because I was always kind of sensitive and took myself pretty seriously. So, you know, really wasn't the type to put myself out there, take risks.
Johnny! Oh, dear God, I've done it. Now I've really done it. I guess he must have climbed out the window and run away and got so...
That was the luckiest thing that happened, was somehow being guided toward improv. Because you have no choice. You have to just really listen, not care about the audience, and listen and respond. And that's, I think, pretty much the bottom line to acting, which, you know, I'm just forever trying to make more and more consistent.
While in The Groundlings, Lisa was introduced to Robin Schiff, a playwright who was looking to cast her show Ladies' Room.
I had these characters of Romy and Michelle, and I didn't know, I had something in mind, and I didn't know anybody offhand to play the parts.
Lisa auditioned, and with a classic Kudrow twist on the dialogue, won the part of Michelle.
I'll never forget the audition because I had written some comic dialogue, and I didn't know how funny it was. And then all of a sudden, it was the run where, that leads up to Romy saying to Michelle, I hate throwing up in public, and Michelle saying, me too. But Lisa made the choice to go, me too! Like it was the biggest coincidence in the world, and I went, wow, that's funny.
Lisa had made strides. She'd gone from improv to a small stage role. She was getting good reviews and making a little money. Still, Lisa didn't consider herself an actor.
When I'd meet someone at a party, I'd still say that I was doing research with my father, who was a headache specialist, 4 years later. Still not saying I'm an actress. Couldn't bear it. Couldn't bear it because I knew what that meant to anyone who heard it. I'd seen it, and eyes glaze over, and oh, poor fool. You fool.
Lisa's success in Ladies' Room led to a 1989 TV pilot based on the play. She starred as a dizzy, Michelle-like character. The show went nowhere. It was the first of a few letdowns. The next one was even bigger. Still looking for her big break, Lisa auditioned for the part of Roz on a new sitcom starring Kelsey Grammer as Dr. Fraser Crane. Lisa was hired for the show, but was fired before the pilot was completed. She was crushed.
They were really, really nice people, and they tried hard, to make it work. They really did, and they sent me flowers, and then also I'm grateful they did it over the phone. Because, to me, don't do that in person.
And I'm thinking, Lisa, come on, it's going to be fine. You get other parts. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, this is horrible.
It is. It's devastating.
And I'm thinking, you may never get another part like this again.
This was Frasier. It was a spinoff from Cheers. We all knew it was a terrific pilot. It was a great cast.
She got past it. She got past it pretty quickly. And then things really started happening for her anyway after that, because it was not too long after that she got the Ursula part on Mad About You.
That was around the time where my mother kept saying, you can still go to medical school,
Lisa's training in improv and her experience on Friends made the leap from TV to films easier. Her first big picture was Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
One of the things you're always looking at with people who are on television is, do they know how to take it down for being in a movie? And Romy and Michelle was a fairly broad movie, and yet she still was very controlled. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly how to make something funny.
Lisa felt comfortable with the character, having played her on stage in Ladies' Room for so long.
Most of Romy and Michelle for me was mostly just a learning experience. The good part was, that I had done a version of Michelle for so long. So, the voice, which for me, it's a different voice. Might not sound that different for all of you, but for me, different voice in my head.
I think it was a bonus, that she already was really comfortable with the material and knew where she was going with it and everything. I don't generally feel competitive with my fellow actors. I think that the stronger they are, the better I'll be, because they're going to raise me up another level.
So sometimes you would write, in comedy, you call it the blow to a scene, what you think is going to be the joke to get you out of the scene. Because Lisa was an improviser, and also because she'd been playing this character for 10 years on and off, she could come up with stuff that was just weird stuff that only that character would say.
Okay, give up. What are you doing? Where's this car? This kid is so obnoxious. Oh my God. What is with that kid? I don't know. He's sick.
There are very few people that just make a room laugh, and she can do that right away.
2 years later, Lisa landed a role on the dark comedy The Opposite of Sex. It was a part unlike any she had played before.
I think Opposite of Sex in particular did it for her. I mean, so far away from anything Phoebe, and I think That movie really spotlighted her in terms of being this unique actress that wasn't just one-dimensional, but could be a chameleon and can do anything.
What's your name again?
Lucia DeLury.
It's weird. How do you...
Lisa won the New York Film Critics Award for playing a bitter and conflicted character, which required her to understand, interpret, and expose the unpleasant side of a repressed young woman.
That is none of your business. Oh my God.
Lisa improvised and improved material during a pivotal moment in the film where her character confronts a couple whose sexual liaison results in a pregnancy.
I knew you were trouble. This is your brother here. And you, how could you?
It just happened. We didn't mean to hurt anyone.
You're gay, you jerk.
He just never met the right woman.
Yeah, one with a dick.
Is that a cut?
For your information, I'm bisexual.
Please, I went to a bar mitzvah once. That doesn't make me Jewish.
So irritating that that was her line. But I have to give her credit, because she didn't like the line that was there. She thought it could be funnier. And she comes from this tradition of situation comedy where they really, really work at, you know, a good joke is not good enough for them on that show. It has to be the great joke.
I understood the point he wanted to make, so, you know, just came up with that. Seemed to be the point he wanted to make.
When we return, Lisa finds her own leading man, and millions of fans share her real-life pregnancy.
In these halls, the fate of a nation is decided.
We are strong, we are prosperous, we are the hope of all mankind.
In these rooms, history is written.
We're not going to get anywhere putting on a calm face. We need to pick a fight.
You up for a good fight?
I believe that one in me, yes, sir. The most honored series on television has a new address.
Let the word ring forth from this time in this place, gentlemen.
The West Wing, weeknights at 11 on Bravo.
Tom Wheeler, President and CEO of the Cellular Telecommunications and Internet Association.
When driving a car, we all deal with distractions. Your wireless phone shouldn't be one of them. A wireless phone can be a great safety tool. It's up to you to use it safely. Ask yourself, is this call necessary? And will this call distract me from my first responsibility to drive safely? If you do use your phone, follow some basic do's and don'ts. Never take notes or look up phone numbers while driving. Never use your phone in heavy traffic or hazardous conditions. Tell the person that you're talking with that you're driving and keep your calls short. Use a hands-free device and speed dial to place calls. Remember, state laws prohibit distracted driving.
The National Safety Council and the wireless phone industry remind you to drive safely. Safety, your most important call. Visit www.driveresponsibly.org.
They have the dream. They have the drive.
It's as if like you're squeezing your boobies out, and it's going to be going out to that audience.
Pushing it right up.
Yeah.
They just have no idea how bad they really are.
In honor of our visit, you'll visit to our town.
What it means is we may be going to Broadway.
The television premiere of Waiting for Guffman, Thursday at 8 on Bravo. They were the voices of a generation then and now.
Ay, caramba!
They're pop culture icons, and Bravo is toasting them with a pop culture festival. First, celebrate the legend of La Bamba and the song of Selena. Then, go inside the studio that invented the sitcom, Desilu, and meet the actors behind one of TV's biggest sensations. Inside the Actors Studio, The Simpsons. The Pop Culture Festival begins Friday at 8, only on Bravo.
Lisa learned early on not to take acting too seriously. She could easily separate her ego from the characters she played.
She was really brave about how she looked. We had her in costumes, you know, really horrible kind of costumes where there was a dress with a sewn-on vest, you know, that you buy. I mean, horrible things that she was wearing, school teacher stuff. I wondered if she really knew how this character was coming across.
You know, not every actress would be willing to wear those hideous outfits that Don Roos had her wear and that hair. I mean, it was just awful. She would wear like those shorts, you know, those just awful, like, yellow shorts and just horrible. But Lisa will totally get into that.
You know, you're talking about vanity. Lisa doesn't have that vanity.
Because it was another person. It wasn't, you know, a photo shoot of me, and I don't care that much anyway. I know I'm supposed to.
She does care about the essence of a character and how she can tap into it.
There's some pain in there. I don't know, because I haven't, you know, asked her what her pain is about. But she's able to play an outsider. She's able to be frightened. She's able to show that pain in her eyes on camera, and that was really, really essential for the part of Lucia. I don't know where that comes from, whether she grew up as a lonely child or whether she felt like a misfit.
I think probably around the time that she started, you know, middle of junior high school, probably around the age of 12 or 13, she became much more serious.
Before junior high school, Lisa was very outgoing, laughing, smiling, kicking up her heels. She was incredibly happy and all that stuff. And once she got into junior high school and began to mix with socially and with boys coming into the picture and things of that sort, I think she changed. I think she was intimidated by, I think, the guilefulness of other girls, especially in relationship, you know, to boys and cliques and things of that sort. There was a change. There was a sadness, and we were concerned about that. Do you recall that?
Yes.
We were concerned about that.
Yeah, I know my family always thought, like, through high school and college, that I was this depressive person. And that's how they would describe me. And I remember my mother trying to say, but if you would just wear some makeup when you go out of the house, you'd feel better about yourself, and you'd be attracting people because you've, and it all made sense, but I didn't care.
In time, Lisa discovered a way to take life less seriously.
You know, when I finally went blonde, and that was before I really started working, I'm not saying being blonde helped me work, but being blonde did lighten me up. It literally lightened me up. And I think that helped.
Until 1995, Lisa was consumed with work. But her life took on added dimension when she married advertising executive and Frenchman Michel Stern. Lisa gives him credit for keeping her grounded and for helping make decisions on everything, including her career and her clothes.
Marker.
3 years later, as Friends chugged into its 4th season, Lisa became pregnant.
And action.
Lisa's impending motherhood was written into the show as Phoebe became a surrogate mother carrying triplets.
Hi, I'm Phoebe Buffet, and I have babies coming out of me.
It is so moving and sweet and funny. It was just the most wonderful performance.
I was pregnant at the time and could barely watch it without sobbing. It was beautiful.
Well, I had the most fun with you guys. I wish I could take you home and see you every day, but... Okay, I'll settle for being your favorite aunt. I know Alice's sister has a pool, but you lived in me. Well, if you're gonna cry...
I think the last scene of that show, and she was holding those 3 babies, and it was really only a couple of months after Julian was born. So anyway, I can't.
I'm very obedient, and if, you know, my parents told me, men want to marry virgins, like, wow, okay. If I ever want to, or I'm very simple, if I ever want to get married, that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, no problem. You don't miss what you don't know. All right, that's fine.
I think what's wonderful about Lisa's life and what gives her the ability to keep work is that she does have such a stable personal life, including her wonderful husband, and she's got a wonderful marriage, and she's a wonderful mother, and her son is the center of her universe.
Lisa is a devoted and protective parent. On her list of priorities, her son is at the top.
I literally, when he was a baby, would write down data, like results from a lab. I would write down, you know, the time of day. You know, his bottle, had a bottle, drank 4.2 ounces of milk. You know, and then half hour later, pooped, slept from this time to this time, and then just so I almost started a graph. But then I got so nutty with it that I started averaging out, getting, you know, like I started getting, you know, a mean, you know, ounces of milk per day, a mean number of hours of sleep per day, poops. Is there any relationship to how much he eats? How much, I mean, I got really nutty.
Julian's older now, so
yeah.
I think the first year she was more serious. And then now she's
relaxed.
Yeah, I would
into
say so.
it. Yeah.
She balanced the demands of motherhood as offers for film work multiplied. In 2000, Lisa worked with Diane Keaton and Meg Ryan on Hanging Up. The film followed the lives of three sisters who tried to stay connected through years of trials and tribulations. It moved Lisa into another league.
So, Eve, I've decided to become an actress.
Aren't you too old?
How can you say that?
Because, Maddie, you're almost 29 years old. Even our Georgia wrote that article, you know. 5 careers you can't have after 45, careers you can't. Actress is definitely a can't.
Okay, like I read Vogue, and no wonder they're firing her if she's running articles like that.
She did something very interesting. She changed a couple of lines in a very small way. She maybe took one word out of a line and made it much, much better. So I went, oh, she's very, you know, this is good.
Wow, that's nice. Wow.
So,
Nora Ephron said that. Nora Ephron said that. No, that's nice. That's great.
I think Meg Ryan once said that she's like a jazz musician, and the melody comes out in a way that's completely unexpected, and that's always very exciting when you work with an actor.
Lisa is intent on learning. Watching and listening to other actors, including the industry's heavy hitters, is a school in itself. She's concerned with delivering a genuine and believable performance, and has her own relaxed way of making that happen.
So it's knowing the character first and making those words filter through that person, and that's how you remember. I mean, I can remember what I'm feeling when I say something more than I can remember the exact words I used.
Lisa's had a few film flops. Hanging Up was panned by critics. Lucky Numbers, about a lottery scam, failed to find an audience, though it did pair Lisa with one of her idols.
First, Nora called and said, the guy is going to be John Travolta. And of course, the only way you can hear that is, you know, and the guy is John Travolta!
When we return, Lisa gets into bed with John Travolta, but doesn't lose her head.
On the next Inside the Actors Studio, Michael Douglas weighs in on fame.
Don't go to L.A.
Fans.
Yeah, you're the man. Green is good.
And his famous dad.
Kirk.
Michael Douglas on the Emmy-nominated Inside the Actors Studio, hosted by James Lipton, Sunday night at 8, only on Bravo. No one knows actors like Bravo.
Imagine if flowers fell from the sky. Imagine if there were no bombs. Imagine there's no heaven. Imagine if everybody was happy. It's easy if you try. Imagine if there were no borders. No hell below us. Imagine if everyone would live in peace and harmony. Love a sunny sky. Imagine if there were no war. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine if there was human rights for everyone. your life that you trust. You laugh together, talk together, just hang out together. But even the best of friends keep things to themselves. Things that are painful.
What are you, stupid? What are you trying to be a failure?
Or embarrassing.
Come back.
Confusing.
What are you waiting on? Take it. Dude, I don't want to take it. You gotta take it. You said you were.
Or scary. Things you don't want anyone else to know. But there is someone to listen. The Girls and Boys Town National Hotline. 24 hours a day.
If you have questions, they can help you find answers. 1-800-448-3000. That's 1-800-448-3000. The Girls and Boys Town National Hotline. Because there are some things you shouldn't have to keep to yourself.
Remember when you went to the movies with someone special? To have fun and feel closer?
Ah, isn't that nice?
You haven't got a moment to have a drink. Maybe some other time.
Finally,
The only thing that matters is that I love you.
a feel-good movie that will make you believe
I have been a widow for 35 years.
in second chances.
Don't you make that same mistake.
Passionata, rated PG-13, now playing.
Now there's a better way to buy carpeting. Empire Carpet, America's largest shop-at-home carpet service. Instead of driving from store to store, call Empire. We'll bring carpet samples to you, then install your new carpet next day. And you get 50% off, so you'll save big on all our brand name carpet. Plus no payments till 2005. Shop-at-home service, 50% off and next day installation. Call Empire now. It's a better way to buy carpet.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Oh, I don't even want to contact Ty. Bedroom scenes with anyone, let alone an idol or icon, can be intimidating affairs. If Lisa was nervous during this intimate moment with John Travolta, it didn't show.
Well, look, I have a question to ask you. If you had an agent and you tried to get him for 2 weeks, you tried 8 times and he didn't return your call, what would you think? Huh?
I can't relate. I've never had a guy not call me back.
Oh, I just don't get it. I mean, I met this guy. He was gushing. You know, he wanted to do this for me. He wanted to do that. I mean, I've had my ass kissed, but this was really special.
So he is officially your agent, right? It's not like you just had that one meeting.
Well, you know, it's splitting hairs here. You know, I mean, it was clear he wanted to sign me. You know, he said to me that I delivered the weather forecast with a Shakespearean flair.
Oh. Was he drunk?
Lisa chooses scripts that appeal to her. A film's commercial and critical success is less important and less predictable.
I don't know. You never know. I mean, movies now, to me, it's like opening a restaurant. More of them have a chance. I mean, it's more likely that they're going to fail than they're going to succeed, and you never know what is going to catch the attention of children or, you know, or adults to go see it. I don't know.
Camera. Action.
While films keep her challenged, Lisa is committed to her role as one of TV's best friends. After nearly a decade of playing Phoebe on the hit series, Lisa is grateful for all it's brought her. Yet, she doesn't buy into fame and its trappings.
I know a couple times in the beginning if I would go out with Courtney and Jennifer and people would recognize them and not me, and my feelings would get a little hurt. It was that quick that I decided you can't need that. Right now, work as hard as you can to not need it.
In fact, Lisa is surprised if someone does recognize her.
People don't just walk up to me on the street. People walk up to my sister all the time on the street and talk to her and ask her for an autograph and then get very angry when they think is pretending not to be me.
They usually start by saying, you know who you look like, and I say, yes, I do. And they say, are you? No.
For Friends, she played the back of my head when, because sometimes on Friends I would be Phoebe and then Ursula from the Mad About You character. So, oh, I got you a birthday present. Oh, wow, you remembered.
She was the perfect back of me.
Lisa goes with the flow. She owes her easy-does-it attitude in large part to improv. It's helped her on the stage and off.
Learning the language of improv, the mindset, the philosophy, whatever it is, it's a whole world view. If you want to make it one, it really is, and it's a great one. It's really, I mean, it's what I think a lot of people are striving for anyway, just that it's your choice to be happy. If you just decide to be happy, you could be happy.
And Lisa is perfectly happy playing herself.
There's almost no way to even meet her and not think, I hope I'm her friend. She's so completely down to earth. She's so there. If something's bothering her, she'll tell you. If something's making her happy, she'll tell you.
Please welcome our good friend Lisa Kudrow.
Whenever Lisa's on as a guest, even though we've been friends forever, I always think to myself, I really want the show to be good tonight.
The thing is, he was born like after midnight, and then, you know, they do everything they have to do to you to make you okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
It was like a rim shot, like I said something.
That's our sad version of a rim shot on this show. Someone tips over some cardboard boxes.
And if there's a joke that's not so great, which very rarely happens, but if there's a joke or there's a bit that we're doing, I'm just always worried because I know Lisa's watching.
She is a grounded person. She's very grounded, and what other people might not appreciate about her is what an incredibly loyal friend she is. I mean, you're interviewing people who have known her nursery school.
First grade. Yeah, I've known her for over 30 years.
And she is steadfast. Once you're a friend for life.
She's a homebody, and she'll always be a homebody. When we all get together, you know, and we see each other every weekend, you know, she runs to do the dishes, you know, she does all these things. All conversation is about family and children and things of that sort. It's almost never about show business, and it's just not her orientation.
We're lucky, and she's amazing talent. She's the best girl.
Best girl, best mom, best wife, best friend. She's good. We're lucky.
On the next Inside the Actors Studio, Michael Douglas weighs in on fame.
Don't go to L.A.
Fans.
Yeah, you're the man. Greed is good.
And his famous dad.
Kirk.
Michael Douglas on the Emmy-nominated Inside the Actors Studio, hosted by James Lipton, Sunday night at 8, only on Bravo. No one knows actors like Bravo.
Monday on The West Wing.
Tells you where to go in the event of a nuclear attack.
While Josh struggles with the reality of his job.
They want me up in the plane or down in a bunker. They don't want you.
Toby discovers the truth.
Was David Rosen your first choice for my job?
The West Wing, Monday night at 11 on Bravo.
Tuesday, everything changes when their secret is revealed.
One of them is straight.
All new Boy Meets Boy, Tuesday at 9, only on Bravo.
Tuesday.
Breathe!
On an all-new Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, the Fab Five take the law into their own hands.
Stop! That's a fashion violation! Don't move!
It's justice. Color-coordinated, fashion-conscious justice.
This is so embarrassing.
All-new Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Tuesday at 10, only on Bravo.
Bravo On With the Show is a national campaign designed to raise the awareness of the importance of arts education in young people's lives.
Bravo Networks bring the best Broadway professionals into each city to work hands-on with the students. It's that can-do attitude that puts theater in motion.
Across the nation.
I think it's also about teamwork.
I try to get you excited.
It's hard work, but it's fun.
Here at the Bravo On With the Show Theater Workshop, Comcast.
We were worked really hard, but it was all worth it. It was so much fun.
Bravo, bringing theater to kids with Comcast.
You're gonna live it!
Bravo and Comcast present Bravo On With the Show, touring cities across the nation. A special thanks to the Mobile Civic Center for sharing in our mission to provide meaningful theater arts experiences to young people.
I still think Lisa made a big mistake. I think she should have focused more on the Ursula character. And I think she should have turned down the Friends part. And I was very honest with her. I said, look, Friends is not, this is not going anywhere. You should focus on your Ursula character. That's going to be your bread and butter. And then I told her to invest heavily in tech stocks. You will not get burned. The internet is just a money-making machine. That was my advice to Lisa. And I wish she had taken it. I think she'd be a lot better off.
The following is a paid program. It expresses only the opinion of its producers and participants.